ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So today it's a bit different to what you've seen the last month. We don't have the troops with us. It's just myself. We're bringing back the living dead of the channel. Today we're joined by Jack Martin. How are you, Jack?
All right, mate. I'm good, mate. Cheers for having me on. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good man.
Jack's a one-to-one coach, guys. So anybody needing any one-to-one coaching or anything, go on Instagram, search up Succeed Coaching _GM and give him a message. He is the Pep Guardiola of grassroots football, so give him a wee message.
Pay you later, mate. I'll get a $5 later. Cheers.
Obviously, Jack's been a coach for, I think it's 4 or 5 years. Just tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, mate. Well, I've been doing my own thing for 4 years now. About my own thing or?
About whatever you want, mate. It's about both or individual, it depends.
So I first started coaching when I was probably your age, mate, in schools, like the Young Leaders programme and stuff. We go around, like, I think it was like a Thursday night around at the Green around Glasgow doing sports sessions, and that was really my first experience in coaching. Then I did like sport and rec in school, and I got my higher PE. And then I went to college to do a HNC, Games and Sports Development at Springburn. But it's one of the ones I left before I got kicked out. Probably college wasn't really for me, but I did learn. I got some stuff for it, but it wasn't really for me. I always had in my head that I was going to do my own thing. If you get me, there wasn't really a lot of coaching in it. To be honest, it was more
practical,
obviously essays, and that's just no me. Like it's no me. And then I left that, and then I got an apprenticeship with Glasgow Leaf. It was called the Coach Co programme, and they put me through like my early badges and stuff like that. And I was doing like weekly sessions, like Fun Force programs, coaching young kids, coaching schools. And then during that time, I got a job with Celtic Foundation too. And during my time at Celtic Foundation, I coached kids with disabilities, worked in mainstream schools, worked in the School of Football too, down at St Mungo's. So did a bit of everything, mate, aye. And then obviously during my Coach Co time, I started my own thing. I started it like coaching two kids a week, one-to-one, just took it for there. And then now I do my one-to-ones weekly. I do work in primary schools too, like lunchtime clubs, breakfast clubs. And then I do like my football camp. So it's just kind of, just took it for there, mate. And before you know it, doing it every day of the week now. So happy days, mate.
Obviously, you've worked hard for this, so must be good to get it. Like, that's it done. You're now doing it and you're achieving.
Aye, big time, mate. People always say to you, like, oh, well done. You know what? You kind of be like, you want to take it, but no, I'm just to say thanks, you know what I mean? Like, I suppose I've like grafted the last few years to get to, mostly get where I'm on news if I'm no better than anybody else. No, I'm not like that, mate, but like, I feel that I've established something good now and making people happy. We can make out of their sessions, mate, and in the school work as well, mate. And then I'm doing a bit of work with, not a bit of work, I'm working a lot with street soccer as well now, since last November there. Obviously before, like this kind of set lockdown, mate. So doing that and doing my own stuff, and then a wee bit of youth work as well. So a wee bit of everything, mate, aye. A wee bit of everything.
Yeah, obviously got a couple of questions for you off Twitter and Instagram and that as well, but big one here that was, what's the best thing about being a coach?
What's that, mate? What's the best thing about being a coach?
What's the best thing?
I would say it's not even the football, mate. It's just like bringing people out their shell and just seeing people's confidence levels go from there up to there. Do you get me? Like maybe they come in the first week and they're shy, but maybe sometimes it's 10 minutes later they're up there, but it could be like 4 or 5 weeks when you see them at their shell, or like you see a kid using a weaker foot. But I don't like the younger kids. If they say bad, I tell them that's a bad word. They're saying that. I say that's a bad word here, so you don't use that here. Not so if they say that, like I'm right on them like that, and they're like that. Oh no, can get a fight, but in a good way, so they don't know to say it again. So I would just say getting the best out of people. Not even just, obviously it's about football, but seeing them come out their shells, seeing them being more happy in what they're doing, mate, I would say that's the best thing about it, mate.
Yeah, it's obviously good to get a positive out of coaching as well.
Definitely, mate, exactly. And if you're making people happy, then, well, if somebody's happy and I'm happy, I'm doing my job right. I don't even see it as a job, mate. I'm kicking a ball every day. I love it. You know what I mean? And That's it, mate. If people are happy with your work, then happy days, mate. It's simple, as easy as that, mate. No point complicating it, isn't it? Just if they're happy and I'm happy, mate. So that's it.
I mean, if you look back to when you were younger, you'd be playing football, and now you're just doing what you watched. Isn't it? You done as a kid, now you're just teaching it.
Big time, man. That's really, people say to me, why did you want to do that? I wanted to do it because I've started to explain it. Like, I kind of had that way in my mind. I would maybe like to be coached looking back. I had an experience, so that's why I started one thing. I wanted to give that back, if you get what I mean, mate. And then same in schools as well, like in life, like the kids or anybody, adults who come here, they're going to deal with a lot of no nice people in their life. So for that time that they're with you weekly, make sure that they remember that, make it the best part of their week. So they appreciate it and they look forward to every time, mate.
Yeah. How did you start coaching? So what like motivated you or made you?
I'd probably say, like, I was laughing, try to think back to like a young age. But playing, I was mostly, obviously, when you're a wee guy, you play everywhere. You want to be a striker scoring all the goals, didn't you? But then progressively, you get moved back, because you can read the game well apparently and all that. So I would say when it was kind of like for like primary 2 up to P6, I wasn't the best. Like, probably say you could say I was shite. First goal, I still remember it. I told Pope to go and it went through our legs, right? So, but then progressively as years went on, I got better, and it was when I got then to P6, P7. Even I would tell the parents, say like, "Where's Jack came for? Like, what's happened to her?" Just kind of go, don't know why they won, just overnight. Like, maybe I let it develop a bit. I just got better, and that way you feel yourself being more confident, mate. And I had really good players playing ahead of me, like really good. It's a shame because it's no they should be playing now at a high level. I had a guy, Big Andy McKinnon, at left mid, and this honestly, mate, I can't explain how good this big guy is. He's with Rangers and all that. I think he's brother plays Rangers now, but he would get the ball and just touch it by a right back, go and score. But see, every time he would do something good, like a skill, I would be shouting for defence, like, lovely, superb, big man. Like, I would always be, wasn't the bestest player, but see, organising and talking, that's how at times I would vice captain for teams, or at times captain for teams, because like I was a leader, but maybe it was no leader, like I'm going to skim 5 people and put it in a goal, but like talking and organising. So I would say that was my strongest point, mate. And maybe that's how new, because I was encouraging back then, and now I'm doing the same. So maybe I did start from a young age without even realising, mate. That was probably a motivation. It was the only thing I really enjoyed, mate. It sounds selfish, but football is the only thing I care about. So, and I think you need to do something in life that you love and care about, mate. And I just like getting the best out of people and encouraging them, even if they're not doing good. Like somebody, like a kid knows if they know did something good, there's no point being hard on them. I don't know, just laugh it off and get on it and try it again, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Another question is, do you need to be a good footballer to be a good coach?
I would say no, but I would say, like, for example, I wouldn't be. I say that, I think in a way I could, because I feel like I can get the best of people, but I don't think I would do like 1-to-1 goalie sessions, because I've never experienced a game. Well, I have experienced a game playing goals in my pals' team, a wee bounce game. I had went in goals and I was better than him. But I mean, for sure, I mean, it was raging now. I was saving everyone. Pure jam. It was funny. Even saved one that bounced off the tap of my hat and I caught it. I was winding them up. But I think even if it's not a high level, I think you maybe need to have experience of like playing at all. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it depends. But also, I played up until, like, I played in the same team up until it started third year, and I fell out of love with it, and I left it. It was a very good level. The boys' club at a very good level. And maybe I could have went on to things. I don't know, mate. If I had the right mindset, maybe. But I completely fell in love with the game. And then I just went to Celtic home and away, and I loved my weekends, mate. I loved it. Even it sounds daft, like people would always go to the away games, go to the pub, or maybe go and get a drink. I would always go to games early, and I'd be down the front row watching like the warm up and all that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd always be pure obsessed. It was just, don't know, like wee drills. I just a big team, just like the shooting. I would always watch like the keepers and all that. Do you know what I mean? So you don't need to be a good player, mate. Like look at real life. Some real players real life players that go into do management are good. So it depends, mate. So I think you need to do it for the right reason, mate. You need to do it for the right reason. I would say that's the most important thing, mate. Whatever you believe in, I think it needs to be the right reason to try it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I'd be exact same as you at the Celtic game. I wouldn't be talking to like the people in the room, man. That I'd be watching. I was at the Jockstein end behind the goal, so I'd be watching the likes of Scott Bain, Craig Gordon. Would have been Conor Hazard and the likes of that at young ages as well, warming up, and then obviously you've got players like Roger, Edward, Griffiths, like all of them in the sideline at the game and that. And I can remember it years ago. It was when Hibs were playing them at Easter Road, and it was that 5-5 game, and I was sitting down the front, and I was just, I think it was the last game of the season, and we'd won the league in that, so I was standing at the bottom, waiting for like Griffiths or something, and Griffiths obviously was talking to us about the game, and it was brilliant, pure slagging and everything.
Brilliant, man.
Quality.
Like I would watch it, but no, like a lot of people do now. I think they watch, which is good. You need to learn people, but they watch people and they think they're maybe Guardiola. I think they're like no, like, you know what I'm saying. Some people maybe love it, or they think they're Guardiola and Mourinho up, and I thought you like shut up. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing. Like never compare yourself to somebody else, because maybe when you won't be better than them, but it's what you're doing. If it works for you, it works for you.
Big time, mate. I don't know. Just watch it and just kind of just loved it. Do you know what I mean? Just liked watching it, man. So it's good, man. It's good.
Aye, well, mine's kind of different. I was determined to leave school, but I didn't know what to do. So I went in with active schools, Kenny. I'd done a bit of stuff with him for a year. And
Kenny's a great guy. I call him Chris Commons, so he spits it.
No, I was
spitting Chris Commons, isn't he?
So he sat down with me and says, right, what is it you want to do? Do you want to do sports coaching or football and that? And he says, what did you play? And we done this. Then just went on for there, messaged a lot of clubs. I was expecting no to get in because I was 15 at the time. But thankfully for like Glasgow Athletic and that, they took me in and stuff like that, and we get main team doing that, so
happy days, mate. What age is it you coach again? I think my wee cousin plays with Maiden.
It was 2009s and 2014s, so I've got the two of them.
But I think we got a wee guy Aidan in your team.
Not in the ones, no.
No, he must be old. I think he's one older or one younger, mate. Aye, just one there, just popped my head there, mate.
We've got quite a lot, to be honest. I'm sure I've got about 20, no, maybe about 15, 16 maybe.
Magic. That's good you're in it for such a young age. I only started helping at my school team. It was at college. Like I went for a few just to volunteer help out, and Mr. Donnelly at the time of the school, he's a legend. Like I probably wouldn't be with him more than without him. I know for a fact I wouldn't. Like a few weeks in, he says, which day you start the mornings? I says, nothing. He says, well done, you can take the team. I was like, all right, the ball, happy days.
Well, I get lumped with that now. I get lumped with one of the worst teams in the school, and I had to try and do something with it, because the teacher, I liked the teacher and that, he was nice, but he would always change the setup not to work, and I would change it and it would work, and he would change it back and it wouldn't work, and it just really frustrated me. And then I was like, no, can't do this.
I'm glad I did it. Did it for like 3 and a bit year. And they won some wee tournament, won some wee cups, and some of the memories for that are class, you know, happy. Some of the boys and lassies as well, wee lassie Chloe that plays with Celtic as well. So, and another wee guy last year, wee Dean and that, tiniest wee guy ever. But I played him at sweeper. He's so good. Honestly, he's frightening, man. So good. So
you didn't find that with wee players that they're not scared to go in for it.
They're
one heaters that they're not supposed to win in that, like, and you're just like,
try me the school team when I was there says, because there's a lot of pressure on at a boys club or girls club team. I just say it's no pressure here. Just enjoy it. But when it comes to like maybe cup games and that, I'd be like, right, mum, let's kind of raise it a wee bit. Do you know what I mean? No putting pressure on, but say a cup game, everybody likes a wee.
That's a bit more important in the league, so. Let's.
That's it. Just go out and try and get something. That's it. But it was good. Don't do it now, mate. I'm busy with my own stuff, and then because of the virus, didn't help and all that. But I loved it, mate. It was good. Good experiences, man.
This is not the walk back.
It's mental, mate, isn't it?
It's Hannah's back. I ended up.
You back coaching yet? You back with Glasgow Athletic yet?
We've been back for quite a while now, but we obviously stopped in March, and I was only 1 month in coaching, and you must have seen me on the Zoom calls now, that just sitting there like I don't know what to do. I'm a bit like I can't take a session on Zoom because I've not really took a session in real life, so I'm just on the Zoom call just picking up the wee things, and like for Stephen McGee and stuff like that, like just people like that.
Aye.
I went to a camp, and this was my first ever coaching thing. I'd just got into Glasgow Athletic, never took a session or anything, and I had to spend the day with the lads for 3 days, and just obviously that was to get me in, like, knowing the guys and that, and then taking them for sessions and stuff like that. But there was always two guys that were brilliant, and then I can always remember them just always saying, don't panic if you get something wrong, just start again. And I think his name was Ryan and the other one was Dylan, and the two of them were fantastic.
At Glasgow Life?
Aye, Glasgow Life.
Is it Ryan with blonde hair?
Dylan's got blonde hair and it's curly, and Ryan's got glasses and black or brown.
Oh, Dylan, I don't think Dylan's there now, but is he?
Is he not there anymore? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but he's a good lad. He's brand new. I know if it's the same man I'm thinking about. That's something. Seen people talk about it now, and it's just like people think they're better than what they are, and at times you see it, but like you're just coaching me and just make it fun for them, into it, and a few days up you make that.
You're doing the same job as every single person.
Exactly, mate. I was doing a wee job with street soccer for a week, and it was like a wee 3-against-2 scenario, and I asked the other coach, Michael Noss, to come in to demonstrate with me to just give the boys a wee better understanding. So like, I was the middle guy and Michael was left, Ross was right. And I was saying, just be patient with the ball, keep the ball. So I was the guy in the middle, the centre mid. So as they play back to me and I'll slip it through. Speaking of devil there, Ross just tried to... I had to hang up there. Ross just tried to pull me, what is that? He must know I'm talking about him. So he played me a ball and I went, watch this, lads. I said, slip it in between the two defenders for the winger to run onto, cut inside. And I made an arse in the pass and I fluffed it. I was like, there you go, lads, canter, do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So you make a mistake, you just make a laugh at it, do you know what I mean? You do it again.
I did it all the time. We were doing a switch of play drill last night with the 09s. So there was a box, and a box in the middle with the team trying to stop the cross of play in one compression and that. And I had the ball and I went to cross it and I fluffed it and it just went along the ground and I was like, no way.
Why the ones you look at the grunt, kind of, you've kicked it or kicked the grunt.
You've missing the heaters in that, man, and I'm not having a good night tonight.
Brilliant, man.
It's bad, man. Right, last question is, what advice would you give to like people like me, be honest, like young coaches and stuff like
that? Just be yourself. Looking back, when I was like, maybe say 17, 18, 19, like sometimes I said like silly things about the coaching because you don't know. At times you can get caught up with it. Like we've all been there, but you just need to remember when you're doing it, just try and make it fun and just be yourself. If you come up with an idea, don't be scared. Be somebody that's watching it's maybe older than you, maybe looking down you, because then it's half the time they might just be jealous that you're doing it and they'll know. Do you know what I mean? And always just do what you believe in, mate. Honestly, I can't. Just simple. I just do, mate. I said that to you all day, and we were talking, we were texting us, mate. Just honestly, just go and do it because you learn things as well. And you might sit out. See, sometimes I'm doing my private sessions like 1-on-1. See, I'll do like a wee drill, and I'll pass it to the kid. And he'll do something I've not asked him today, but it's better than what I've asked him today. Do you know what I mean? So I'll add it in, and add it in for the next time. So you actually learn for your players a lot more than what you'll think, mate. Honestly, and sometimes maybe not a lot, but once every few weeks, it's good to get the kids, like maybe you put them in groups and you ask them to come up with a wee thing so they can express your ideas that they like, that you can then take it. Do you know what I mean? Like put a wee bit of responsibility onto them. And honestly, it's good for them as well. Like get them to do a wee bit of coaching if you get what I mean. For like good teamwork skills and stuff like that. But I would mainly just say, just do what you believe in, mate, and be yourself, and don't be scared. What's the worst that can happen, mate? It goes wrong. You do it again, you try something else. Do you know what I mean, mate? That if I was your age, I wish I could go back to your age still. I've done that many different jobs. sporting jobs, did a bit of every sports, and now I know I'm happy, 100% happy doing this, mate. We'll have bad days and that, but again, when you're coaching, just need to forget about every other problem you've got. I love it. I was working all day today until, I didn't finish until 7:30 because of my youth work. So I'm cool, but see, after that, I want to go and do it again. And we all need a rest sometimes, but you need to only do it if you enjoy it, mate. And just stick at it, man.
Yeah, that's us at the end of the questions, Jack. Thanks very much for coming on the channel and that. Please remember to go to succeedcoaching_JM on Instagram. His page a wee follow and a wee message if you want any private sessions. Please remember to like, subscribe and share the video. Thank you.